It was impossible, it was crazy, and yet he did it. In the shadows of Mexico's prison system, where desperation and danger collide, a single event unfolded that would shake the authorities to its core. It was a night that would go on in the annals of enigma and hopelessness forever. So join us on a journey filled with intrigue, mystery, and a daring escape that defies all expectations. These terrible invaders came to the jail well organized and well prepared, driving their armored trucks through the prison gates invisibly. A torrent of gunshots resonated gently through the air and was immediately focused towards the cells and the entranceway. As the panic spread, the sounds of people hurriedly attempting to flee mixed with the quick beat of gunshots. When the shock of the tragedy subsided, it was able to have a better understanding of the true nature of those who had departed. It was later determined that the detainees who were able to escape on their own belonged to the renowned Mexico's gang, which is linked to the ruthless Caborca cartel. Their commander, a person cloaked in mythology and obloquy, had eluded capture merely by disappearing into the night. This was a courageous gesture on his part. The Mexicals were a lethal group with ties to the powerful Sinaloa cartel. They had retained total control over Juarez for a period of years while it was under their influence. They took tremendous pleasure in doing their business in secret and controlling the power and control dance that took place in the city's criminal underworld. Despite the knowledge that their influence went well beyond the prison's walls, they had found momentary comfort inside its walls up until this point. After the authorities regained control of the facility and the unrest had subsided to some extent, they discovered a shocking discovery. It was discovered that there were 10 VIP cells, each with a television and other amenities. A hidden safe with the key to limitless wealth was found inside the walls of one of the prisoners. But underneath all of the opulence, a very sinister reality was discovered. Cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, fentanyl, and marijuana were discovered, revealing the inner workings of a society obsessed with vice. These seductive specters haunted the jail hallways. As the mystery's curtain was drawn back to expose a masterfully designed distraction, the puzzle became more difficult to solve. When two additional attackers, both of whose lives were sadly cut short, launched a fatal assault on local police, it deflected their focus away from the approaching pandemonium behind the prison walls. The attackers were both executed. Their desires were entangled with the darkness that had swallowed the city, and their aims were hidden by the odd shadow that had settled over it. It had happened in the past, long before pessimism had taken over Ciudad Juarez. The villagers' recollections were disturbed by vestiges of a riot, which they characterized as a macabre dance of slaughter. Once again, the jail had become a factor that led to disruptive behavior. Two convicts who had died unexpectedly had become into prophets of doom and gloom. A tsunami of horror was released into the unprepared streets of Juarez as a result of their evil acts, and it devoured everything that dared to stand in its way. 4 radio station personnel were sadly stolen from this world as they naively walked out on promotional assignment by the ferocious storm that blasted over the area. The line between legality and chaos in Mexican jails may be difficult to draw at times. These institutions, which were essentially control illusions, became havens for lawlessness and disorder. Rival gangs engaged in horrific violence with one another as they sought domination, mirroring the drug cartel's internal power struggles. When Juarez became a battlefield full of deadly alliances, the actual nature of the corrupt underworld that was concealed under the surface of the city was exposed. It is a narrative that is still being told about Ciudad Juarez and its haunting jail. It is a story woven from the unbreakable strands of mystery, pessimism, and melancholy. The horrors committed inside its walls have permanently soiled the city, and as a consequence, it stands as a monument to the inscrutable powers that govern its destiny. This everlasting riddle has yet to be resolved.